Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting Celeste 80% League race here. I am FC Racers, and today we have two Titans, Msushi100 going against blackpear420. Now, we, especially me, because I have these two in particular, have gone at it multiple times. I'm talking back in the speed gaming tournament. I'm talking at the GSA 80% bracket tournament that we had a couple months ago, and now here we are again in the Celeste League with these two just going at it. It's going to be a great match. I know statistic-wise, Sushi has come out on top in the previous outings, but we'll see. I mean, Blackbear has been doing a little bit of improving, and Sushi as well. So we'll see if it's going to be enough. And of course, the format today, guys, 3 races altogether. Each race is worth 1 point. The winner of the set is going to be awarded an additional point. I will pull this up on the stat sheet here, but I believe that even though I think this is a 4th place / 8th place placement right now in the league, I don't think this is going to shake up or break up any positioning, but I will pull that up just in case. I'm seeing in chat that Msushi has been playing, and I know that is fair. I mean, he has been working towards the SGDQ submissions and trying to get those things squared away. I also have talked with Blackpear, and he actually has not been practicing as much as he used to as well. But I know he's been on playing a little bit. I feel that there's going to be an upswing on that as we approach the playoff portion of the league here. So let me pull up some stuff just to be certain and 100%. Give me one moment here as you guys enjoy the beautiful city playthrough. I mean, if you've been here before, great showcase of all of the movement that we have to offer in the game. And yeah, we'll see in here. And also I'm seeing that Sushi does not have a timer right now, so you might have to get something reorganized. But give me 1 second to pull some stats up, and we'll probably be halfway through Old Side by the time that is done. All right, I got my stat sheet up, and as I predicted, partway through good old Side. All right, so let me do a recap here because I just noticed that okay, so looking at this sheet, Blackbear is currently in 7th with 16 points, and Msushi is in 5th right now with 24. So it's kind of important here because we have Blackpear, Moose, and Psych in 7th, 8th, and 9th place. And I believe that, well, I'm going to have to double check the schedule because I believe that Moose and Psych have already played their final matches of the season. So these placements might be rock solid. So we'll have to wait and see. But just kind of looking at it, it looks like that we might have our top 8 heading into playoffs here. Now, again, what's important here is that 9th place also will be, basically they'll have a secured spot into the next season. So, but it looks like, okay, we might have maybe some technical difficulties. I'm not 100% sure. I know that Msushi mentioned that there was like some frame rate issues that were going on. So he's gonna just tear through it. We'll have to see. Maybe there's too many people streaming college basketball in his area. Who knows? Everybody's just using up all the internets. In the meantime, we got Blackpear making his way towards Awake. And Sushi not too far behind. Again, we want to look at the IGT stuff. Sushi actually out pretty far ahead. I saw the blackpear was having a little bit of trouble in old sight, most notably right before the battle and chase scene began. Just some missed inputs. I'm not sure if that's actually. It makes me wonder if he's having controller issues, but then again, he is blaring through Awake. Wow, this is actually really clean from blackpear. Msushi also having a nice one getting that corner boost and finishing off here. So we're gonna see what 334 from blackpear and Sushi with 326. We got an 8-second difference here as we proceed into Celestial Resort. All right, you guys know the business here. We got Dust Bunnies, we got Cycles, we got Oshiro, and we got a very long level, and we got Demo Dash. So all together, this is going to come apart to we could see a lead change here. We'll have to wait and see. Sushi having a little bit of hang up there, running into that wall, but doing all right. Now, as I mentioned, blackpear has not been. He has admitted that he hasn't been playing much Celeste and practicing in the past couple of weeks. But he also mentioned that he should start firing up again. I did see that he was streaming it earlier this week, so hopefully getting all that rust off of him. But we'll see. In the past couple of games that I have commentated with blackpear, I just seen a lot of just kind of like just rust errors, if you know what I mean. Like if you haven't played a game in a while and you try to come back to it, you're just kind of like, oh, I forgot this is what you do here, and so forth and so forth. I have seen that from him. But I mean, so far this resort is looking pretty clean, and as you can see, both runners are in these same screens for RTA, but we do not, that's not what we're worried about here. We need that IGT, that in-game timer. So we're looking at about a 9-second difference between the two of them as we head into Huge Miss. Now, Huge Miss has been a problem area for blackpear, most notably Towels. So we'll see if the practice is going to come through with him. And also, Sushi, pretty warmed up, I would say, considering that he had a race yesterday against Chai Kitty, which, if you have not watched that, I would definitely watch that. Again, one of the nice, super close races between the two runners. It was just fantastic all around. And I should be joined here in a brief moment with my co-commentator Espel. So give me 1 second here. I'll pop in here. In the meantime, we got blackpear going through the book section. Msushi, again, it looks like we're just having just a little bit of stream difficulty on his end. All right, there we go. Just a little, you know, popping in and out, hitting them wormholes, hitting those time warps. But that's okay. So now, actually, the lead is looking to extend it a little bit. We're looking at about, let's see, let me do my magic. It's looking to be about a 14-second difference between the two runners.
Hey.
So again, hey, Espel, how's it going?
Good. How about yourself? How's the race going so far?
So far, so good. I mean, Msushi has got a small lead as they're getting ready to go into Elevator Shaft. But other than that, this resort has been somewhat decent from both runners so far. So, and as I mentioned before, you know, these two have raced against each other many times. So this is one of my favorite quote-unquote rivalries. You know, not like, you know, nobody's out for blood or anything, but a nice,
probably, yeah,
a nice camaraderie between these two, in my opinion. They have met in previous tournaments, so it's going to be exciting overall as we get ready to head into the demo dash here. Msushi first up to bat, gonna line up, and actually I'm missing it. Former number 2 gets it. blackpear setting up. Oh, he misses it too.
At least they both got the checkpoint, so that's good.
That is true. blackpear having a little bit of trouble there, not getting far out enough, and trying to get that corner boost, but that Dust Bunny was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to have you slow down just a little bit there. So it's gonna further extend Sushi's lead here as we head into the Oshiro chase. Now, blackpear has ran into some difficulty in this, most notably on the last screen. Hello. We're gonna see if he's gonna have that polished up. Again, as I've mentioned, blackpear has not been practicing as much, and I know across the board with the runners that burnout has been kind of a thing. Like a lot of people are just kind of like playing too much 80%, so it's taking its toll.
And there are other games that people want to play, or other categories or that sort of thing. I know Sushi got into SGDQ, I believe.
That is correct. He got in with Half-Life.
So presumably he's been playing that.
Yeah, and also Portal as well. He's been working on a lot of games. And I know blackpear plays like League of Legends and Overwatch as well too. So, and I mean, from personal experience, I get where they're coming from. I mean, as a Celeste speedrunner, there's been a lot of games that have come out that I want to play, and it's just like, oh, I have to balance my time. This sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, but I guess it just depends on like where your priorities are.
Right. Yeah.
But,
and I know Msushi had a race yesterday. He
did.
posted some solid times. He had like a 7:51 out of resort here, so he's still like he's doing real well.
Yeah, and again, if you haven't seen that race, people out in chat, go watch that VOD. Like seriously, it is quite the spectacle to say the least.
Yeah, it was a good one between where the like 4th and 5th ranked people on the leaderboards at the moment.
That is correct, and it looks like that this match in particular is not going to affect the standings too much, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at the schedule just to be certain, because I think I'm under the impression that Moose and Psych have already played their matches, and maybe Scrublord as well. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any shift in the leaderboard. With the exception,
we're getting towards the end.
Yeah. The only big shakeup that we'll see, and this is actually a very important one, is 1st and 2nd, and that's between Flederby and Noble TGH, because they are tied for 1st place, and they play tomorrow. So we're going to have a definitive winner or 1st place position here by the end of the week, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. And someone did ask if Msushi did Archie. He definitely didn't. And if we're looking at something that maybe cost him yesterday against Chai, you have one person who does Archie versus one person who doesn't. It's a big deal.
Isn't Archie like a 0.3 frame
At
time save?
least, yeah. It's yeah.
I guess there's more precedence behind it.
Yeah, it's important, is all I'll say.
I wouldn't call myself an Archie hater missing semi. I will fully admit that I can't do it, and I haven't worked on it because that involves me playing Golden Ridge, and Golden Ridge is my most hated chapter in the game, so I'm not going to go for it.
It's a rough one. As we see Msushi, and I mean, Golden Ridge has a lot of colors and wind and everything here. I think that can help mess with the internet a little bit with all the wind flying across and stuff too.
Yeah, speaking of which, Blackbear having a little bit of difficulty in that snowball room, taking a few costly deaths, but he's able to get to the 2nd one here. And again, I think it's just being out of practice. I really hope that once we move into the playoff section, that some of the like a lot of the runners really just like knuckle down and try to really get back into that full swing of things, because I want to see upsets. I want to see I'm trying to see all that. I'm trying to see all the drama as we head into the playoffs. It should be happening, I believe, after this week, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check with that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm definitely excited for that. It's the top 8.
All right, so we are down in Mirror Temple, looking for that tape grab time here. Now, I bring this up every time, but Blackpear, former world record holder for the IL 5B, and this was prior to Bub's drop being discovered. So he did the spike jump and everything else. So he's very knowledgeable of the stage, but I also feel that 5B in general has been extremely optimized to the point where I don't know if they're going to find any other time saves. I think the most recent one is that that dash off of that switch.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just the route is very complete. So we'll see.
It is. I think at the same time, we've had many more months to search through the A sides than we have through 5B, and so I gotta imagine there's still some stuff out there to
That is a very valid point. So we'll
as
see. Yeah,
I think both successfully yeeted, by the way.
I think we did see a double yeet there. And so blackpear getting ready. He's gonna try to. Oh, okay, barely getting past that pink block there. He's looking to clock in at about a 114 for his tape grab.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see with Bub's drop coming up here if that's something that really affects the race. You know, if you mess it up twice, that's 24 seconds. That can turn everything around.
Sushi's gonna get that first try. Actually, you know, that room in particular leading to the Bubs drop, I know that there is optimization there that is still out there. For example, Chai Kitty had his special where he corner boosts off of one of those dash blocks. That definitely saves time. I can confirm because I was going for that. So yeah, there's just little nuances, you know, that people can go for. blackpear coming up to Bubs drop. He's gonna get it first try to keep it on pace. And then yeah, of course we have 6B as well too. I don't know if we're gonna see 6B become a true viable strat. And also speaking of strats, blackpear's beautiful angle dash there. Again, that's those little optimizations that, you know, particular runners are going for. I think that one in particular, nobody's really comfortable for going for that, but that's been like blackpear's go-to since running 5B. And you know, skipping a bubble, that's gonna save some time. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't think I've seen really much of anyone else go for that. That's good on him.
Yeah, it's a pretty slick strat. Alright, so we got Sushi going through the secret section here. blackpear getting started on his in the mirror portion.
This is one recent improvement to 5B as well, assuming you don't actually die like Msushi just did, where you'll see, okay, he almost missed that seeker, but he was able to get the very tail end of him and then corner boost off of that pillar, which was nice. We'll see if, I'm not sure if blackpear goes for that as well or not.
I think he goes for the traditional strat for that room.
Yeah, looks like.
And then we got Sushi in the secret gauntlet. Uh-oh. Gotta do a little bit of improvising. Didn't get Theo where he wanted him. Alright. Able to recover it very nicely.
And then, yeah, just don't bop him. Good. And yeah, manages to get through.
Oh, that was a a close shave there on Sushi's screen. Almost missing that spring there. Getting into the impossible room, which is definitely doable. Now, oh, I was about to say, Sushi was having a little bit of trouble in the tape room yesterday. And again, we've got some juggling here, but he's able to get through it.
Yeah.
He's coming in at a 242. So blackpear has the opportunity to actually save some time here. Maybe if... We'll see if he can get this here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So look at him, he saved like 9 seconds.
That's good. And Msushi losing a little time not getting up to the feather there. Maybe a couple lake skips, maybe a couple other issues. Maybe, you know, they get a little closer.
Yeah, as we get in the reflection here, lake skip on deck for Sushi, not a problem. He's gonna start making his way through hollows here. blackpear getting ready to get set up for his lake skip too. Just got a few more feathers to grab.
And so we're seeing Msushi got his lake skip at 15:04. blackpear got his at like 15:28 or something like that. So it's close to a 25-second difference right now.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure. Actually, you know, let me pull these stats up. Let me look at these reflection times between both runners. Alright, so Sushi's average time for a reflection is about a 5:52. For blackpear, let me find it. His average time is a 6:09. So again, Sushi on, at least for the tail of the tape, at an advantage. Also, I should point out too, going into Summit, blackpear's average time is a 9:04, while Sushi is an 8:48. So it's gonna take a little bit of oomph from blackpear to kind of get back into this, but anything can happen. We have seen it. I mean, the flags on 3000 have been causing drama left and right, so
Yeah,
we'll just have to buckle up and get ready for that ride when it gets here. And again, of course, we've got 2 more races on top of this too, so
that is all very true. So I love sliding through that Kevin block like Msushi did there. It's one of my favorite things, just like visually in the speed run, is just when you get it the perfect like ultra downward, and you just slide right through the whole thing. I know I always just like land on like grab to the side of him, and then it takes forever, but it just looks so nice when you slide through.
Alright, so the Sushi getting ready to go into the ravine portion here. Now, being out of practice, this section I would be incredibly nervous about because we have those 3 intended shortcuts. The last one you have to do a little bit of finicking and modding to do, but you can lose a lot of time if you fail it. Not a problem for Sushi, so he's going to continue on and get ready for his battle and boost. blackpear now getting set up for that portion too.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike, right? Going through the ravine. They got, oh well, we see blackpear here though, going through and taking the shortcut, or not the full shortcut. So if he had failed, he wouldn't have lost as much time, but he gets through no problem anyways.
Yeah, I respect that play. I just go for that because I'm really bad at the last section.
Mm-hmm. When I started just like holding down and making myself real thin, it definitely became easier. I still do die every once in a while, but it helps. I mean, if you're only losing a tiny amount of time and you're saving potentially quite a few seconds, like it makes sense to do.
I'm really liking this sequence in this room from blackpear though. Seeing just a few different approaches coming out of that dash. I'm not sure if they're faster, but it looked really clean. Sushi getting ready for my favorite section. I love this part. Oh. Okay. I love that too because it happens to me a lot as well. But he's going to get his second try. So it's going to give blackpear a little bit of an opportunity to shave some time off if he can get it right. Let's see. He's in that screen right now. Going for the reverse. Opting to take the feather. Respect that move. Oh, but actually saving some time by basically ultraing off that platform. Holy smokes.
Yeah. It's definitely an accident anytime you take the feather there, right? When you're trying that strat.
Yeah, it's pretty much a failsafe. I still believe that if you ultra and do the full on ultra strat on that second part, it is faster. But it seems like that people have backups if they have to take that feather now. So that is good to see. And we're seeing some corner boosting from blackpear in this room too, as Msushi is getting ready for round 2 with battling.
Now with the ability to move things with presumably her mind, blocks.
I like to say it's just sheer anger and determination.
Oh,
that she's
I like that. She just gets so upset at the world that she can just move blocks now. Okay.
I wish I had that power.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd like to be able to have it, but then I feel like why am I limited in a way? Why can't I just move anything I want? How about spikes?
I mean, spikes I feel would be a little more dangerous versus just moving blocks. Blocks that can impede people's progress without worrying about like, oh, I accidentally crushed them to death, or like I've impaled them on accident. But I would just, yeah. And plus, it's easy for me to get angry. I mean, like, I guess the problem I would be is, like, I'd have to make sure I can, like, turn it off. Because, obviously, if I'm playing through Celeste, I might end up doing a whole, like, feng shui reorganization of my room after I'm done with the run.
Right. It's like the Hulk kind of, right? Where you have to be careful with your powers. Like a really bad Hulk. And Msushi with a... Did you say his average was a 552? Because he got a 552.
Yes, his average time is a 552.
Nice. And blackpear with a 548. So potentially, I'm pretty sure that's what it said. The numbers are a little small, but pretty sure it said 552, and then blackpear with a So that saves him 4 more seconds.
All right, I believe we're gonna get a sync going here to get a better idea on where the runners are at. I'm gonna say it's gonna look to be about a 500-meter difference between the two of them. Okay, maybe not, because I'm seeing that we're at 2104 here. But still, a couple screens, which isn't a lot of, that's not a lot of safety net right now.
Well, especially when you do that.
My commentary curse has been itching. Also, I saw in the chat the power to move blocks, but only the power to move Lego blocks. Do you want to know how much power I would have with that? First of all, I would keep a satchel of Lego blocks on hand 24/7. Please believe that. And just throwing those out, like, what are those things called? Cow traps? Like those little spike things that they put on the floor.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. You know what I mean? Like, someone just makes me mad and they're walking around barefoot, just... They're not in for a good ride. I've stepped on Lego blocks, and that's not fun, man. It's not fun.
It's not. And if you can move them with your mind, nobody will know that it's you. Well,
exactly.
Maybe it's this guy who always carries around a satchel of Legos everywhere. But they probably couldn't prove it.
Yeah, and I have some makeup story, but like, this belonged to my son that I lost to in a Lego accident. Or just make something stupid. Because nobody's gonna want to question you with that. Like, oh, it's like sentimental value. Oh, we don't want to mess with that. As I throw Lego blocks underneath their feet.
This is certainly a universe that could exist. As both runners go pretty well, I think, through 500 meters.
Yeah, I think that's overall pretty clean.
Now up to the hypering through Dream Block section.
So when we go back to optimization, hopefully I don't curse this, but blackpear has a nice strat after the coin room here, where he will basically corner boost off of a set of spikes here. Let's see if he gets it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice, because it allows him to get into an ultra.
Yeah, and a nice little save there, because he saw he wasn't high enough. So he just kind of boosted diagonally up and then back to make sure he got enough height to get through the room. So that was good from him. But
yeah, getting that
ring room.
That cursed, I'm gonna dash down forward and not get the movement that I need, the jump out of it basically, and I am all too familiar with that. Now Sushi getting into 1500 in this first long room. This room, it's funny because like before, the big room was the triple ultra room, and then now all of a sudden with the strats that have been implemented, that first long room is brutal.
Ooh, you could tell he was going a little slow, but he still went for it there in that big room, and it cost him again. This is huge. Yeah,
this is actually going to give blackpear an opportunity. We'll see if he's going to get it this time. He's going to get it the third time. blackpear has to stay clean, but that's a big break for him.
It is.
She's going top route and missing it. Oh my goodness! But also blackpear not getting set up correctly.
Yeah, I mean, not respecting birds, not respecting dogs. This is what can happen to Msushi when, you don't do the Archie, you don't do the Franker Z room. It can be rough.
Yep, you got to respect those animals. blackpear did have a little bit of hang up in the triple ultra room, but was able to recover nicely. But again, it's definitely made this a little bit closer. Now, I want to point out yesterday's match against Chai Kitty, Msushi was having a very hard time indoor skip, so that could be a factor in this first race. We'll have to wait and see because we still have 2,000 to worry about.
Yeah, and it looked like about a 14-second difference between the two. Yeah, someone in chat just said 13 seconds, and that, I mean, just this one room mess up there right at the end from Msushi as he goes for this strat. And he gets to the first try, so that's good. blackpear not going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't think blackpear is practiced.
Skip.
Yeah, the double skip. I don't know what else to call it. that room constantly has a new change. Oh, so she's taking another death here.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that small optimization with the corner boost that he died on there, but it looks pretty cool. It's just, when you don't die on it. As then he misses another corner boost, but doesn't die. Saving, it's a little worrying. He's the lead is just slowly going down and down and down and down.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I feel that Sushi has a better 3000 than blackpear, so if more drama happens as we head to 3000, like blackpear's just gonna have to keep it real honest and very clean to have a good shot here. But I mean,
yeah, and it's about 6 seconds now.
Yeah, each section, like, it's just going faster. Like blackpear's just slowly catching up here. And again, looking at the standards, or the standings. Hello, blackpear would have to sweep to tie Malay, but I believe in the set between Malay and blackpear, I think Malay might have pulled out on top. So if we went to a tiebreaker, again, it wouldn't change the standings in any sense. Oh, blackpear not getting up there and almost forcing the death upon himself.
Well, here's the door skip that you were talking about. So far, this has really been the 2500 that Msushi has needed. It's looked really clean. I say as we get towards the potentially most dangerous part.
Speaking of blackpear running into the block there, but was able to save it. Msushi out and heading into 3000 now. Blackpear not too far behind.
Okay, that was huge for him though. That was a solid, clean 2500.
And as we head into 3000 now, folks, we are getting down to the nitty gritty. It's about a 2 flag difference between both runners here. Oh, nice movement from blackpear's side too. I'm trying to. All right, so let's see. Downdraft. I'm gonna call flag 22 and flag 20 as potential danger zones.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna say, I know it's a bit from now, but I'm gonna say flag 9.
Oh, flag 9 is now okay. I don't think either of these runners skip flag number 9, but there is potential for the death there. Speaking of which, blackpear actually having hangups on flag 25. He's able to get through. Sushi now on the updraft portion.
Oh, blackpear having a little bit of struggles there, but he manages to save it.
And that also is the faster strat for that flag in particular. You, like being able to skip flag 22, but you run that huge risk of just messing up and then all having to start back over.
Yeah, can make a huge difference.
All right, so we're seeing that Msushi's lead has extended a little bit further now, as he's getting into flag 13 with these coins. So far, so good. But now we're going into 12, 11, and 10. No, I feel like Sushi doesn't intentionally skip any of the flags here. I think it just kind of happens. So we'll see. Yeah, getting flag number 10, playing it safe. Coming into flag number 9, anticipating the grab here. Yep. See, like, that's the thing. I know that people do the reverse hyper and try to go for that, but I feel like if you can just land right on to where you're supposed to do that dash, I think the difference is just, you know, what, 0.3 frames, something very small. And I know at this caliber of play, you know, basically every frame counts. So we're, you know, but like for a runner like myself, not so much.
Right. I just always try and keep it as safe as possible. Not trying to skip too many flags.
All right, now Msushi on the home stretch for flag number 2. blackpear not too far behind, but I think this story is over for this first race here. Sushi getting into flag number 1. His movement in this is crazy.
Well,
as I say that.
As you say that. I think the story of this is really that Msushi had a lead the whole time, and between chapters 5 and 6, and a lot of chapter 7, it went down from like 25 seconds to 6, and then he managed to, from 25 and 3,000 meters, just have a really solid one of each, and not let blackpear get back into it. Takes the first game.
Yeah, blackpear's gonna have to. He was having some hangups early on in the first couple of chapters, and that has been a trend for him. He's gonna clock in at a 29:56, I believe. Yeah. 29:56. So you have a 28-second difference between the two of them as we get ready for race number 2. All right. So as we get set up here, I would like to take a brief moment to go ahead and talk about the grand finals of Celeste 80% League, which is going to be happening at Pace. Again, this is right around the corner, folks. This is like 4 weeks out, April 25th through the 28th. The venue is going to be open 24/7. If you can't make it out, which you should try to if you can watch it here at Speedrun on twitch.tv. Again, we got grand finals for Celeste 80% League. We got grand finals for Super Mario Odyssey 80% League. And we got grand finals for Super Mario 64 70 Star? Division 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right.
And, all kinds of other great stuff going on in between. We're going to have showcase runs all across the board from a lot of runners, myself included. It's going to be very hype and exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to cheer these runners on and see who is going to be taking home a chunk of that $5,000 prize pool that was given ever so graciously from Matt Makes Games. I'm going to tell you guys right now, because I just realized that there's a chance that, Matt, Thorson, Noel, Kevin, and Lena in the gang, they might be there. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if they're there and I meet them, full-on emotional breakdown. I'm gonna super fangirl out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be there. So if you want to laugh at me for getting overly emotional about one of my favorite games of 2018, let alone one of my favorite games of all time, be sure to make it out there, because it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that would be really exciting if they happen to make it out.
All right. And actually, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, that I'm really excited for it. I will be working, sadly, but I will be at work imagining a life where I was there instead, and enjoying this competition. And Msushi also practicing 2 areas where he died. In his practice, he died in the secret gauntlet room in exactly the same way he died in the run. So it'll be interesting to see if he does that in the next race. And then you can see he's practicing this long room here where he died twice.
Oh, okay. So actually, since I was talking about matches, we have Psyched going against Scrub Lord tomorrow at 5:15, and with the standings, I take that back. Psych has 11 points. Oh no, hold the phone. Wait a minute, pause the game. That's actually a very important match, because if Psych can sweep Scrub Lord, he'll bop Moose and make it into the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
So that actually, we got two heavy hitting matches tomorrow, folks. We got Psych versus Scrub Lord, and we got Flederby versus TGH. Again, both of those actually playing a very crucial part in the playoff contention. So if you can, be sure to check them out. Scrub Lord versus Psych is going to be happening at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, and then Flederby and TGH is actually happening right after. Oh, we got a double back match. Let's go.
Yeah, that's 2. It's nice to have these important races where, the things really matter, and the runners really motivated and pushing themselves and everything. So, especially, the Flad versus TGH is going to be, those are always some of my favorite moments in Celeste have just been I remember it was the one where Flad got the world record in his race versus TGH, and I just had it on my TV screen. That was great.
That was so amazing. I was screaming. I was so happy for Flad when that happened. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again, because I feel from just watching those two play and those two race against each other that Flad really, really pushes himself, and I feel that TGH, in a sense, brings the absolute best out of Flederby when they go heads up. So it's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah,
and I can't wait. I'm also going to be on mic for that too, so I am going to try my best to not lose my mind, but I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, what else could you want?
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything more, to be quite honest. And then also, we got more stuff coming up too. We've got the task completion live results for Super Mario 64, and we got some Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Mario 64 action coming up later this afternoon too. So be sure to tune in, and also follow Speedrun. Subscribe if you're enjoying the fantastic content here. And with that being said, we are heading through Prologue yet again. Again, there's not a lot to talk about here. Although I will say that Msushi did die here early on in the league. He had a prologue death, so
Well, let's
I'm
keep an eye out for it.
yeah. Not trying to throw the curse out there, but you know, we as commentators got to keep things exciting.
That's true. He manages to not die there. Pivotal moment in this race.
All right, so we are now in city again. Sushi City was very crisp overall. Blackpear was just having a few hangups in both city and old site, and that's where like the lead really started shifting. So I'm hoping to see, you know, it could be tournament nerves. It could just be being out of practice. We're not 100% sure. These things happen, but
yeah. Now I know
yesterday.
Sorry, with his race against Chai, Msushi had kind of a rough first one, and then his second race, especially like the beginning of it, was ridiculous. So I'm interested to see if he has something similar here, where it was like a 7. Does that make sense? Like a 741? No, lower than that. Something ridiculous out of resort that he had.
Well, that's actually really good. Yeah, no, and also the big trend too. Game number 2 in the leagues has generally been like where, you know, the brakes come off and people kind of go for the gusto, and we see a lot of improvements and a lot of PBs have happened.
And we see Msushiing it right now.
This section. Oh no, trying to go for the original strat and not getting it. It's going to give Blackpear an opportunity. I respect this play though, because the fast strat there, it can lead to problems. And I've seen races where Msushi continuously was going for the faster strat over and over and over again. So I like the adjustment and the move there. It is going to give Blackpear a slight lead, but that is all right because this is super early. So
it is.
And I do, you know, Sushi has better movement overall, in my opinion. But at the same time, you know, that's hard to say because there's some places where Blackpear has some nice, cool looking strats here and there. And post game or in game, as we saw, Blackpear was just really carving into that lead all the way up till 3,000. So,
and yeah, I mean, he's built up as far as city goes. That's about as good of a lead as you can hope for.
Definitely.
So, this is
he did the same thing
right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did that in the first game as well, and that's gonna like he missed the input there.
Did he just do that twice too?
The second one, he somehow managed to dash straight through it and just cause the death, which was really weird. But this has definitely gotten. Oh, I'm gonna have to see because we don't have a sync. RTA wise, okay, we got some drama. Okay, we got some drama.
A little dancing going on.
Got some Cirque du Soleil nonsense happening on Blackpear's screen there with Madeline and Battling. Wait, can you say sync though?
Ooh, nice. Well,
so satisfying. I'm not gonna get into that conversation again.
Okay, no more Valley girling. Yeah.
I don't know, man. People seem to have enjoyed it, so that it might come out, but just not right there. We're not gonna do it.
Press 1. Do you want to hear more Valley Girl?
You want to hear more Valley Girl Racer? Is that what Is that what this has happened to? We coming to. Alright, so both runners actually getting the corner boost and getting into a wake. Okay, this is. I want to see this. I want to see this beautiful sinkage here.
Nice. And yeah, and we can see about a 7-second difference for the two of them.
Oh, Blackpear getting corner bopped. Ugh, that's like the worst thing to happen. But picking up very nicely. Oh no, not getting the corner boost, but adjusting pretty good there. So now Msushi with a 342. So that, yeah, 4-second lead here. Okay, it seems that Thags wants the Valley Girl, wants VG Racer to make an appearance. We'll see.
Well, but right before that was a 0, which makes me think that perhaps there's one person saying, please, God, no, and one person saying yes. So, and someone also asking, is it a first to 3 or a best of 3? So all 3 races are being played because it's a point system for the whole league and all the different games that you play, and so you get points for winning the race, so like winning 2 out of the 3 races, But you also, the other person can get a point for winning that third race.
That is correct. And speed gaming system. Yeah, the league is just it's not too different. I mean, winning the set, you're going to get that bonus point, which is still very important, as we've seen in a couple of these heads-up matches. But ideally, we're playing through all three of them, and that's a lot of gameplay. I mean, like, personally, I am all right with doing 2 any percent runs back to back, but if you try to have me do more than that, my brain starts like shutting down. Just so much that you have to think about, and the run itself is just extremely intense.
Yes, 3 wins equals 4 points, and yes, this is a lot of Madeline.
Alright, so Sushi now getting his huge mess going. blackpear about to start in his endeavors here. Getting some nice movement out of that section there. As we head into our boxes section. Oh. Okay. Madeline with the crash landing there, that was kind of weird. Oh, didn't get the normal strat that he wanted there, so I had to take a second.
Yeah, just kind of getting a little too excited and getting too much of a jump and falling into the abyss. It happens.
Alright, so now...
So as we... Msushi hits that at a 557 for books. So curious. So it looks like Msushi has taken the lead at some point in time here in Resort. He's got a 4-second lead or so.
Yeah, and we head into towels here. Now blackpear was having some hangups here as well. Again, just untimely deaths. Just possible input errors. I mean, like, oh, nice corner boost though. Nelly. Okay. He's like, all right, I took a death in books. I'm gonna make it up here. That's fine. Getting I was about to say getting that fast right there, but didn't get enough oomph out of Madeline. And Sushi making his way towards the presidential suite, and we got Demo Dash. Now again, Demo Dash, both runners didn't get it first try. Had to spend some time getting a set up there, so we'll see if that's gonna happen again.
And blackpear with one of the worst feelings, I think, in this game, which is falling down on that key screen and just sort of having to climb your way back up. It just feels so slow.
Yes.
It's rough.
It's definitely one of the worst feelings in this chapter. I'm just like, oh my god, how did I mess this up? Alright, well, in that time, Sushi looks to have gotten Demo Dash because he's already on the Oshiro fight. Has he got the portal gun with him? Because that happened way too fast.
Well, I guess because he had all that mess ups in City, but he's on like a decent pace considering.
He's cooking and booking right now. I believe he still can get a sub 8 coming out of Resort. He's gonna have to play very tight, but
well,
okay. As I say that,
I believe he cannot now get a sub 8 out of Resort.
I should put that on a fan, and then every time it happens when I'm at pace, I just open it up. As I say that, someone takes... Alright, so we'll see. Sushi on the last room here. Hopefully no shenanigans from Oshiro and company. So far, so good. blackpear a few screens out. Sushi's going to come out at an 8-11. blackpear getting ready. Hopefully, this last screen doesn't cause too much drama.
Mm-hmm. And the way I've always thought about timing out of Resort for like the very top runners is before we had that prologue skip where it saves like 15 seconds. If the top people were able to get out of Resort with a sub 8 time, and that was like a really, really good. So now with the prologue skip that saves like 15 seconds, getting out of Resort with a sub 8 is still like solid, but anything like under sub 745 is really, really good. So we'll see like the 8-11 from Sushi there. He's not gonna be very thrilled with.
Whereas if I did that, I would be ecstatic.
Right. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right, and so we've seen a different approach there in that first green bubble room, where Sushi with the intended route, blackpear going with a little bit of a faster approach here. Again, both runners opting. There's no Archie today. I'm sorry, folks. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah. It's just the way the world is.
And then Sushi getting the ultra strat there. Blackpear does not actually go for that. He goes for the bunny hop, as we'll see here in a few seconds. All the while, Sushi kind of blaring through, getting that nice strat there. That, I would be so afraid of that strat, because it's just like you barely make it to that bubble.
I know. Well, I feel like at a certain point with Ridge, you just, because there's whatever that like force field around them that kind of just like sucks you into them. Even if I'm like a decent amount away from one, I'm always like expecting to get pulled into the bubble. And when I don't, I'm like, wait, what? What are you guys doing?
Right,
my Ridge experience.
Oh, not getting set up right there. Actually, what happened was it looked to be as if the platform activated before blackpear had the opportunity to get set up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Not getting the dash, so he had to reset himself, and it still resulted in a death.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Now, Sushi
Just have to like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was gonna say Sushi already in cliff face, making his way downtown. It just kind of barreling through. Man, this is looking actually real crisp from him.
Yeah, I love Sushi's has good Ridge strats. I am definitely a fan of them. They look really nice as he's gonna get like a 240-ish, 241. That's solid.
Yeah, he has like in the room that blackpear's in, he has a really nice strat where he like kind of goes off the beaten path to set up an ultra.
Yeah, it looks just really nice to pull off, and feels good too.
And with that, blackpear actually having a much cleaner Golden Ridge this time around, not running into any difficulties in the snowball room. But again, Sushi's just kind of blaring through, already in 5A.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
If we said that Sushi had the 241 Ridge, we can see blackpear with like the, what was that, 259, something like that. So that's like 18 seconds difference right there. It's what getting a really solid Ridge can get you.
Oh no, Sushi not getting yeet and was trying to go for just to progress, but lost a little more time there by not getting to that platform. Now again, this is where we've seen blackpear starting to make that comeback trail. So is it enough? We'll have to wait and see. Seeming like right now we're seeing Sushi getting to his tape at 12:05 and blackpear using that nice strat. Yeah.
Did he do that last time? I didn't see.
I think so. I think that's something that he always goes for, and blackpear getting yeet too. But as he said, Sushi leaving at 12:05, and blackpear still has a few screens to go.
For anyone curious, that skip is similar to the one in Chapter 2, where you are set up like vertically, where you're not supposed to be able to skip the cutscene, and then you do, and so then it just puts you back where it thinks you're supposed to be, right atop the button.
That's actually a really good tape time from blackpear. A 110, very nice.
That's solid.
And Sushi getting bubs drop too, so we're a part of the course to continue along. Still a lot of time to catch up. Looks like about a 35-ish second. No. Yeah, around over 30 seconds. Difference between the two runners right now.
Yeah, someone in chat said 41 seconds a little while ago. I am curious to see if Sushi is able to get through this gauntlet room smoothly or not.
All right, and Blackbear getting Bubs up too, but
Oh,
running into, I hate that room.
it's
I'll be real honest.
terrible. I'm just glad he was able to get that like second try.
And again with that nice. Oh no! He got the dash, but that saw blade was like, nope. Oh no! Now he's missing it too. Oh boy!
All
Maybe
right.
they go for it again.
No,
Not playing it.
not this time.
Oh no! Going for that other strat, and it just bit him in the butt.
Well,
Ouch.
and he goes for the diagonal again, but then doesn't try and go off of the button. Gonna cost some time.
Yeah, that one hurts. Especially when you get to the end, you get to the hard part, and it's just like, okay, I just have to do these really simple movements, and I'm out. And then you just botch it, and it's just like,
Oh no!
Yeah,
So
speaking of botching,
it was looking like a solid gauntlet room. He had not messed up hitting that third button, and then, whew, barely gets it that second time. He just like, how did he fly that far up there?
I am not sure. Did you run into a secret?
No, he died, you know, like where you throw Theo past those spikes? So he had accidentally thrown Theo the opposite way and had gotten up to those spikes, and then does this in the final room.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Damn.
He's not going to be losing too much time over Blackpear. Or any, potentially.
Oh no. Blackpear, getting ahead of himself is probably the best way to put this. But able to get through. Oh no, the corner bop on the breakable platforms. I'm not sure.
Nope.
Okay, I don't know. I think he could have. Oh, okay. I see what he's going for. I thought he was going to try to go all the way to the other side, but
Oh no, that's a difficult one to get. I guess he knows better than I do if he has enough height there, because I thought it looked all right, but he kept resetting. And this is, I think, probably the most common question people have of why go for the B side in Chapter 5. So basically, one of the things that we figured out is that completing the B side in a chapter unlocks the next A side for whatever reason. So in Chapter 5, getting to the cassette and then completing the B side is faster than just doing the full A side. And part of the reason for that is that it's really the only non-linear chapter. And so we're just able to skip giant sections of it. As we see both of them completely syncs right now, question mark. That's why we do 5B.
Yeah, we might have lost Blackpear. I know that this is outages happen during his run against Scrub Lord, and his internet also went down too in the rematch of that. So, but they're trying to figure out, see what's going to happen here.
In the meantime, you get double Msushi, which, you know, is never really a bad thing, I don't think.
Now, if you had like those VR goggles, could you potentially have a VR experience with the way that this is set up?
Maybe. I think it has to be like curved a little or something, but that'd be pretty legit. Just some VR Madeline.
As long as it's not first person, because I don't think I'd be able to handle that. With all the movement that we're doing, I feel like I would get motion sickness.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. You can get a VR experience of any video with Steam VR Theater. Okay. And now we're only getting single Msushi, understandably.
That's right. We'll see him work his way through the ravine section here.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you really those 20-30 seconds or so, you can always, anytime he's streaming, just pull up 2, 3, 4 of his streams and just, you know, have them going at the same time.
That is true.
Especially, you know, if he yells, if he's angry, and you can get just really that yell amplified the good, solid experience.
All right, so we're getting confirmation that the connection was lost on blackpear's end. Hopefully we can get that up sooner than later.
And in the meantime, Sushi just strolling through the battle line fight. No real issues.
It's still one of my favorite sections.
Yeah, no, it's
in
great.
the game. This is actually like the very first section that I really started grinding out. Because back in the speed gaming tournament, this is where we saw so many lead changes happen. Because I mean, if you think about it, this was about 6 months after the game had come out by that time. So there were just so many people that were like still kind of like struggling through. Strats weren't fully op. So this is like the first place that I was just like, I need to hammer this section out.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So I think we're gonna get a black pair up and running here in just 1 second. Nice corner boost. I needed to do that. Oh, but as I say that, he's gonna get corner bopped. So we got boosts and bops happening in the same screen.
When you try and corner boost, sometimes you get corner bop. What can happen? And yeah, I think like this section, it's because it's got the music, it's got like the storyline to it, and it's also fun to run. I feel like it's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like the colors. It's just a nice section. It really is.
So, we're still waiting on blackpear's situation here. He said that it should be back up. So we're just waiting. I think we're just waiting to get it put back on. Oh yeah! Huge shout to Lena Rain. Actually, Lena Rain released another album this week.
Oh, this week?
Yeah, I think it's called One Knowing. I need to check it out. I heard a little bit of it online, but I need to like, sit down and actually go through the whole thing.
Okay. What like kind of music is it? Is it similar to Celeste? Or?
From the little bit that I heard, it didn't sound like there was a lot of chiptune stuff, but it definitely had a nice techno / electronica feel. So, some beautiful synths and lovely chord progression and everything else. But I definitely would recommend checking it. And we're going to take the opportunity to talk about soundtracks.
Yeah,
Honey,
for sure.
let me tell you guys about a little soundtrack to a little game called Grease. That one by Berlinus. Oh my gosh. You want something to like focus it. You want like a nice chill, relaxing.
I love the Grease soundtrack.
It's so good. It's so good. Like if Grease would have came out earlier in the year, I don't know if I can make a solid decision on which soundtrack was better for 2018, either Celeste or Grease, because they're both so good.
Yeah,
and
Grease Lightning, a good song.
That's not what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Not the movie?
Not the movie.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that was a good
video
soundtrack
game?
too. The video game.
Okay. No Olivia Newton-John on that one?
No. As far as I know, I don't think it's Olivia Newton-John. Alright, but we do have blackpear back on. There's a huge difference in time here, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that Sushi has a very nice lead. This is about 2 minute difference here on IGC, but I know that this section you're looking at about 3 minutes ish to get through the entire thing.
And so it's always tough to know with this, like how much time was spent trying to fix the issue, like while the game was potentially running. Like how much time was lost actually just fixing things versus having gotten to a certain point and, getting out of the screen and going to the menu where the time doesn't run.
I have a feeling that blackpear might have just went and finished 5B and then went to do the setting.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Sushi now getting into about the halfway point of 1000 here as blackpear still making his way through reflection.
We'll see if he can get all of these hypers properly. He does that. He's got one more. He gets it. No problem. Good. All right, as Sushi comes into 1500 here. So he ended up having a different issue in the gauntlet and B that he had practiced. Coming up is the other thing that he just practiced after the last race. So we'll see if he's able to get that successfully or not.
Yeah, he definitely was taking time for Triple Ultra. Let's see how that practice paid off or not. So far, so good. Okay, yeah, definitely paying off for him.
Yeah, and man, it's tight because okay, unexpected. It's just that little bit of getting past the Seeker and beating the cycle. Really difficult to have enough speed throughout the room for it.
blackpear getting on pace for the fast cycle here in the last room. He's gonna get out. So again, I think this one looks to be in Sushi's favor. Again, we still have a lot of game to go, and anything and everything can happen. So we'll have to just wait and see. But looks like blackpear is gonna get out of reflection at about a 220, 230.
So I want to say about a 2-minute difference right now between, in terms of getting out of reflection.
Again, taking that death there. He died there last time too.
Yeah, still looks cool though, so it might be worth it.
Right now, Sushi in the battle and alley portion of 2000 as blackpear begins his summit ascent.
Did you say the alley-oop portion?
That's what I used to call it. It's basically because battling is,
yeah,
I would say boost, but we already have that term used somewhere else. So I was like, I'll just do an alley-oop.
I think that's a good name for it.
Oh, Sushi not getting the distance he wanted. I'm gonna have to start that one over. Now getting into this room. Oh, this has been a little problematic for him. Between slamming into that spike wall and getting quarter bopped and losing momentum, it hasn't been in his favor, but able to continue to progress as blackpear now in 500, just about to close out of 500 actually. Sushi getting ready for thread the needle and door skip. So let's see, thread the needle, looking good. Door skip, got one. And got two.
No,
very nice.
There.
Now blackpear in 1000 is Sushi this last vertical stretch before heading into 3000. Again, blackpear gonna go for that strat again in this room.
It
looks cool.
It does. Oh. Even when you die, it still looks pretty cool. Oh, blackpear.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, for that first thing right there, you have to dash diagonal up right and then right like immediately when you do it. Otherwise, what happened to blackpear happens to you. So he just wasn't quite fast enough like 3 times.
And those are very quick deaths, but still. A 1.5 second respawn time for Madeline, so that quickly adds up.
Yeah. And someone in chat asking when chapter 9. It will come out when it's ready to.
You know what? So we already know that Limited Run Games mentioned that they're going to be delivering out those fantastic collectors in physical copies of Celeste in April, and they said to be in par with the DLC that'll be coming out. I would, you know, are we going to see Chapter 9 at pace?
That would be cool.
Is that a thing? Could that be a thing?
I mean, personally, I'd like to see Chapter 9 tomorrow, but...
I mean, yeah, I mean, let's be real. I'd like to see Chapter 9 after this run is done.
Well...
Everybody wants it.
I have some great news.
Oh my gosh. I'm not saying, like, with Chapter 9, I'm not saying that it would be released the day of pace, or, you know, if they pull the wizard and be like, a grand final match is going to be a blind run of Chapter 9. Like, I don't think that's going to happen, but I could see a trailer or you know, an actual, like, release date happening there, because, I mean, why not?
I just want to see, like, so Nero would have to be there, and then, like, Matt comes up and, like, shows Chapter 9 and announces some demo or, like, releases it or something. I just want to see video of Nero, like, breaking down, crying with happiness about Chapter 9 finally being released. Black corner boosting off of the block in auto scrollers, presumably on accident.
Yeah, that is an accident. It's happened. It sucks too because you what do I know? Because you're like, I don't have enough. So it's just like, well, I guess I'll just try to restart this one and see how it goes.
Yeah.
All the while, blackpear getting very close to the end here.
Yeah.
Clocking in at a 29:07. Nicely done. So now we have our time set, but blackpear's got 2 minutes to get to the summit, and, like, if he's actually able to do it, I will eat my hat. I'm wearing a hat right now. I will eat it.
Yeah, he would need to have learned a lot of new skips in the last 20 minutes. Maybe that's, you know, maybe his speed got disconnected, and in that time he gained a ton of knowledge. And he learned of, I mean, it's pretty much, you'd have to just, like, skip more than half of the screens at this point. Crazier things have not happened, but you never know.
Oh, not getting...
Yeah.
I don't know what he was going...
And someone asking why the timer so much. Oh yeah, and it's because blackpear's speed went down in the middle, and so he had to spend time putting it back up and everything.
Yeah, it was due to blackpear's stream going down. And we felt that you didn't want to have, like, Msushi's screen be frozen for about 2 minutes while blackpear is playing quote unquote catch up, so we can have a match, you know, a match on the stream. So
yeah, someone in chat asked for a sync with, like, about 20 seconds left for Msushi, so it would have just been, like, pausing right at, like, flag 2 for about 2 minutes and then just showing, like, the final 20 seconds of it. I'm going to go and get some water very quickly because my mouth is... but I will be right back, everyone.
There's a good pro tip. Also, stay hydrated, folks. We're about to creep into the summertime, and, you know, being hydrated is very important during these very hot temperatures that'll happen. But we got blackpear now going through the down draft on flag 20. Getting, oh, just clipping the spikes. Getting ready to make his way towards updraft. Now again, tomorrow as I mentioned, we have two super important Celeste races. We have Psyched versus Scrublord, and that is an opportunity for Psych to get into the play. And then also we have Flutterby versus TGH, number 1 and number 2, going head to head. And what better way to end the regular season to have the top 2 contenders go at it for the chance to see who's going to walk away with first place in the regular season. We got blackpear on flag number 13. Getting these coins here. 1, 2, and a 3. Easy peasy.
He's rich at this point.
Oh yeah. And flag 12. I mean, yeah, theoretically, that is a possible grand finals preview for tomorrow. But again, the grand finals it actually includes the 3rd and 4th place runners too, if I'm not mistaken. Like the top 4, once we get to that point, will be done at pace. So there's going to be a lot going on, and especially with the runners that we have. I think top 4 right now is currently Flutterby, TGH, Chai Kitty, and Nero. So there's a lot of drama that can happen. I know that Chai has been feverishly practicing and also playing Minecraft every now and then. And
Hollow Knight.
Oh, has he started playing Hollow Knight?
Yeah. I just get the wings yesterday or something. So
I need to finish that game.
I did what I think a lot of people have done with it. I went through the first couple hours wandering aimlessly, and I just haven't been able to pick it up since then. I know it gets good. I just haven't gotten to that point, and I think I found Celeste and pretty much ignored all other games for quite some time after that.
Yeah, I think I got... Actually, I don't know where I'm at, because I've done a very good job in keeping myself spoiler-free in that game. But I feel like I have a ways to go. But it's a really good one. I'm looking forward to the sequel too. That's also putting pressure on me trying to finish it. It's like, oh, they announced the second game. I need to hurry up.
Oh, yeah.
Then I have a bunch of other games that I picked up too that I need to play through. I think it's the story of every gamer. I bought this game. I'm going to play it someday. But I have all these other games in this thing called time that I don't have.
Yeah. Hashtag gamer problems. Yeah. But blackpear finishes up the second race, and so it's not technically a best of 3. It is we play 3 races, and they can potentially get points for all of them. So this third race will be played. Coming up shortly, probably.
And again, in regards to standings, there's not any major difference between, there's not going to be a leader change between, or not leader, placement change between Msushi or blackpear. Msushi is 6 points behind Chai Kitty, who's in 4th, and then blackpear was 4 points behind Malay, but I believe in a tiebreaker sense, Malay actually won that set, so that means that it wouldn't make a change there. And again, as we talk about this, the big one is Psyched versus Scrublord. Psyched has 11 points. Moose SR has 14 points. So if Psyched wins the set, he'll tie Moose. And I'll have to look back to see who won between those two in that set. But if Psyched is able to sweep, he's going to actually bop Moose out of top 8 and make his way into the playoffs. So it's very, very intense matches coming up.
Yeah. Stay tuned tomorrow.
In fact, I'm looking through the scorecards right now to see if how that match went out.
All right. As blackpear begins, Msushi, taking a little bit of time. He'll go. Eventually. And, it's possible sometimes, maybe your mom says, hey, I have something for you. And so you have to take a little bit of time to talk with her and everything. And it can happen. But off he goes. We'll see if he can get a solid chapter 1 time.
I was scrolling through this list and I just realized that I was looking up the wrong 2 names.
Oh no.
I was looking at Malay versus Moose, not Psych versus Moose. Good job, me.
But yeah, off we go here in chapter 1, while we attempt to look through some standings and everything of this, the 3rd game. And as I mentioned previously, Sushi will be running Half-Life at SGDQ. So, if you enjoyed watching him here, be sure to check him out as he plays other games, including, which is a heck of a fun speedrun to watch as well. It really is. They're both going through, no issues so far. Madeline bonking her head a little bit on blackpear's side and then going full speed into some spikes, so maybe a few issues.
Alright, I finally found it. So, between Psyched and Moose, Psyched actually won the set. So, all Psyched has to do is win 2 games, or basically, win the set tomorrow, and he's going to make his way into the playoffs as the number 8 seed.
Okay.
So, pretty important match.
Yeah.
No pressure, but it'll be exciting to see how things pan out.
Yeah, Scrublord with the opportunity to sort of play spoiler there.
Mm-hmm.
As Msushi, by the way, manages to get through chapter 1 with no issues. So that's good on him.
Also, too, I should point out that, like, if Scrublord was to sweep Psyched, he would he wouldn't make it into the playoffs, but he would have a guaranteed spot in season 2 by placing 9th overall. So that match has turned out to be a lot more important than I had anticipated. So I hope you guys will join us tomorrow. We're seeing a couple of the Msushi emotes popping up in chat.
He's a little bit of a celebrity, so that makes
just a little bit. I have watched his streams. He's very entertaining. Blackpear's streams are also very entertaining too. Now I know that Blackpear's English is not his native language, so a lot of the times he will not be on mic most of the part, but he definitely types in chat. And he plays like 10-Second Ninja, which is actually a really good game. He's actually, I think, still world record holder for that.
Nice. I don't think I've heard of that one before.
It's a pretty cool game. Like, it's cool to check out.
Okay.
And definitely movement comes into play, which we see where he got it with his Celeste gameplay.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And he's German, right?
Finland. Or Finnish.
Finland? Finnish? Alright. That is a completely different. So ignore me. Yeah, Finnish.
It's actually one of the nice things about the GSA or the Celeste League too. We have runners from all over the world. Finland, Japan, United States, Brazil.
Yeah.
I don't know where everybody else is at.
Yeah, a decent amount of Euro countries though.
Mm-hmm. I think both Moose and Blackpear, I think, are from Finland. Or are in Finland. Then Nero is in Japan.
Yeah. So, like, if you look at the speedrun leaderboard, so, like, Moose, I believe, is from Norway, or at least has a Norway flag here.
Nice.
But you've got, for top runners, like, you've got the US, Brazil, Japan, a couple of Germany, Malay is French. Well, a few Germany. Norway, Finland. Revo is Argentinian. Bubs is from the UK. So it's really, yeah, it's well represented by a lot of different countries.
Oh, blackpear is running into some difficulty now. Again, with the trend of the league, race number 3, this is where you start seeing like a little bit more slop come into play. And again, it's just the I believe mental fatigue is just such a big player for this format. Like by the time you're in your 3rd race, you're just like, oh, going through again, mentally preparing yourself for everything again. It can take a toll.
For sure. Well, I don't know if you've ever done like an hour and a half of something and then you're just like done doing it, but you still have to do another half hour play. That can, that can be tough.
Oh, that's me with work.
Well,
a little more drastic. Yeah. Like, I've only been here for 5 minutes and I have another 7 hours to go. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. No, it's like 9:30. It's a good time for a bath.
Yep.
The
really,
world.
I just don't want to deal with this. Is very important. And actually, as we move into pace as well, we have a new element that's coming into play, and that is both runners are going to be there in person, like when they're going against each other. I don't know how the format is going to look. I'm going to assume it's similar to FGC, where like they're not side by side, but face to face with their own monitor. But let's say for example, like I'll just throw TGH and another player, for example, or just 2 players in general, right? Somebody just gets like a massive, out of nowhere, like gold split on their time, and like you can't see their screen, but like you see like their fist kind of pump in the air out of the corner of the eye. Like that's gonna play a huge part to add pressure, and maybe even throw a couple mind games in there too. Just saying, like I could have a horrible resort, but I could pump my fist in the air, and then all of a sudden, like, oh man, the FC Racer just had a really good time. I better step my game up, and then just get in their head.
Try and get them to go too fast and cause an error.
It'll be interesting to see if that will actually play a role, because it would be kind of tight. Just saying. And then also Troy's pointing out too, the crowd as well. As soon as they see something happen, they start hearing roars when you're just like, I'm in a cutscene or I'm at the map screen. You're just like, oh no, what's going on?
Well, right, especially like if things are synced really closely, like that the crowd is going to be making a lot of noise.
They should just get like, how they have those like things where they have the giant heads of people that people kind of hold up.
Yeah.
Just make like a giant sync, like the sync emoji that they have. They just have those like for people to buy. Oh no, blackpear, you gonna save this?
Oh
gosh.
Can you save it at that point?
It's weird because I've heard that it is savable, but I just don't see how. I was like, oh.
You need to be able to grow a few inches first.
I know.
Yeah, I think the giant heads are a good idea, and I think it's also because we have some attractive top runners, and so you want to make sure you don't get too distracted. That can be an important piece as well. Looking at the other person.
You just get giant heads for the commentators.
Ooh.
I'm trying to see like a giant D-Dangers in Limcube heads and just have them like parading around. I think it'd be pretty great.
Yeah, good idea.
Shout outs to all of the Odyssey commentators out there. So now blackpear, again, just running into some problems here. Like getting caught on the wall and then Oshiro just slamming into Madeline and taking her out, while it's giving Sushi a huge lead here.
It's it's a big lead. Well, and sometimes you hope when you see people like on pretty far different screens that like they'll be unsynced so that the person who's further behind also like has less time, like gone through less time, but in this case, blackpear is both further behind, and the sync is not in their favor.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm seeing a few death transitions on Sushi's screen here, so just slowly giving the opportunity back to blackpear. Let's see. All right, we're getting a report. 1 minute and 7 seconds difference. That is very, very huge in a Celeste race. So it's gonna be tough, but can't count anybody out in no way, rhyme, or reason.
Yeah. And a shout out to the unsung hero numbers person who has been giving us updates on how far apart they have been.
Mm-hmm. And that's like to every person that has willingly done that too. I know we've had a couple other people do it in chat as well. It is greatly appreciated because commentating the game, it's very easy to miss your timer in also doing math, especially because I'm bad at math, let alone doing calculations on time. So we'll make mistakes here or there. Sushi going top route, that's a very nice strat. Just wanted to slide that in there. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys going in and giving us those fine details to reiterate into this the stream. And Sushi just running into some problems here.
Ooh.
A lot of problems here in this last screen before Cliff Face. Hello.
That's 3 different deaths in 3 different ways on that screen.
Oh, you're a hockey scorekeeper for 9 years? Okay, that's mad props to you, because hockey is a game that on TV it looks like it's not really a lot going on, but there is I've been to a few hockey games myself, and there's so much going on. I was like, wow, I don't know how people can even keep up. I couldn't even keep up to like what was happening. So huge props on that. So Sushi with the tail end of the face here. About to get out. blackpear getting into the second auto scrollers section. I was gonna say skip, but you don't really skip anything.
Yeah. Well, TGH we're seeing blackpear do too. They don't collect that coin. I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't save any time or anything. I wonder if it line things up a little better or anything.
So it doesn't save time because you're still winning on the thing. I guess it's just like a little swag strat. And funny enough, TGH got that from blackpear from watching his stream.
Interesting.
Oh, blackpear thought he might have had the auto block activated, but last minute was like, I don't. But yeah, so that's where he got that from. Now I'm curious to see, since we're talking about that, is it possible to corner boost off of like the spiked block to make it to the next section? That's what I want to know. I want to know if that's possible.
Well, you've seen like Scrub Lord had. I mean, I guess a lot of people have, but like you just do that weird ultra in that screen.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Where you just skip past everything altogether. Maybe like it is possible to corner boost off of it, but like there are other even faster ways that people might go through the screen. I don't know.
Alright, so we've got blackpear starting up on Mirror Temple while Sushi about to head out of 5A and head into 5B. Again, the lead is pretty commanding right now.
Yeah, and makes it nice and easy to figure out a little bit of the time difference. Because we have one person starting 5A right as the other person.
Actually, Sushi taking a little time out to get ready. We're seeing blackpear again running into some hang-ups here. And again, I think it is nerves on blackpear's side. I know from talking to him about previous like races experiences and everything else that like he does mention that he does get nervous a lot. So hopefully that and that's just a hard thing to break. It's really hard to not be nervous. I mean, like, how many times have you been on PB pace going into Summit and then you just like, well, totally just botched that run. Whoops.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah, well, and for me, it's just like if I'm on a really good pace, and I'm like halfway through Summit, my hands just become like two sweaty, incredibly slippery things that like, can barely hold the controller anymore. And so, yeah, the nerves are definitely play a big factor.
I usually forget to breathe. That's what happens
That's
to
important.
me. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to move. I just want to focus only on this, and I just like start slowly shutting down. It's helped, but it's also been a hindrance too. But no, it's just something that over time, the more you get into it, the more it'll come back. Nice screen from the Msushi, by the way. I love that strat.
I don't know. Did he take that from Nero? I wonder.
I'm gonna safely say yes, because as far as I know, Nero is the first person that I've seen to do that. And in fact, I will admit that I have taken it from Nero myself, because I was just like, this is like way easier to do than trying to jump off the. Okay.
There are a bunch of different ways you can die to do a strat, and that's
again
only one of them. Oh yeah, and now he's just not going for it. But yeah, I think between falling off just like the bottom of the screen by not timing it correctly, and then just getting destroyed by that seeker hitting you in the face, that's the difficult strat that I think people still need to figure out how to do a little more consistent.
Right now, Sushi in the Seeker Gauntlet room. So far, so good.
Hey, look at that. Smooth. blackpear having a little bit of struggle with one of my least favorites, which is this first one in the Seeker section.
I now have Sushi in Reflection. blackpear now in the Seeker room, going for the traditional. He's gonna get out. That's definitely gonna save him some time, but the amount is too. It's pretty drastic. So.
Mm-hmm. And he gets the that ultra strat that he took you try. He gets it first try there, so that's nice. As Sushi gets the lake skip. All right, I'm curious. Is he gonna? Oh, I feel like blackpear tried to. Well, no, that wouldn't make a lot of sense to use that like as a boost, the Seeker, but he gets through the gauntlet all right eventually. This is one of my favorite sections, just because like some small part of it gets messed up so often that like you always have to see a lot of improvisation, which isn't something you always see a ton at this top level, as people just sort of get their strats consistently. And blackpear finishing up 5B as we see Sushi about 1 minute and 5 seconds through chapter 6. So it's been ever since he was about 1 minute ahead. It stayed pretty much the same amount. As we see him just sort of flying through. Gonna hit this Kevin block. Ooh. Let's see. It's looking like a pretty solid reflection so far. From what I've seen. I guess I was watching a lot of blackpear. He slides to the Kevin block. Nicely there. All right. So yeah, for anyone watching this, maybe you're waiting for the next game start after this. Celeste is a super fun game to speedrun with all the tech and everything in it. Super helpful and nice community with a ton of resources that you can utilize and everything. So I would 100% suggest, if you haven't played the game, play it, because it's a great game. And if you haven't tried speedrunning it and you're interested in it, just give it a try, because it's just a ton of fun. I had never speedrun. It was really, I mean, the great thing about Celeste that it's just so easy to get started speedrunning, because it has just the file timer built in game, which is great. That was always one of the things, like watching SGDQ and stuff, was like, oh well, like the whole live split thing, which is actually super easy, always just intimidated the crap out of me. But now with in game and everything, it just made it so much easier. So I would definitely suggest giving it a try. And then yeah, you can join the Discord, you can do all sorts of different things. You can also, I mean, like literally, you can just boot the game up right now, put the speed on, and maybe you get like a 2-hour time, and that's fine, and you can just, you know, go from there. Oh, and the thing of 108, yeah, has, for all we know, Phoenix probably has like a 105 that he never recorded in some like dark room somewhere. And FC is gonna have to, he's all done commentating for now. I think he had to get going, but I will be here for the last, or like 10 minutes of this or so, as we see the Msushi going into this second half of the battle line fight here. Let's see, what am I looking for here? I am looking for the schedule. Okay, so this says that after this there will be the live results of the Super Mario 64 task competition. That I'm gonna have to stick around for, because that sounds really interesting. I'm excited to see it. Someone asking for the thing, should I learn tech first or start learning rooms or like screens? So it's really up to you. You can do it however you want. I think just like learning some of the tech is just like learning extended hypers is the first thing that I would sort of suggest for anyone. Extended hypers being the thing that allows you to get like do a huge jump and still get your dash back. As Sushi completes, that was a solid chapter 6 for him. But like do that, and then if you're interested, you can definitely go through and just like learn the whole thing screen by screen. It's definitely a huge time commitment at first to sort of learn the whole speed run, but it's super worth it. I mean, that's what I did pretty much right away, and I really enjoyed just once I knew how to do each screen, going through and learning or practicing the whole speed run, getting better slowly over time, all of that. Would recommend. Yeah, and as Troy said, it's nice to know what all the screens are and sort of memorize, which is not as difficult as I thought it was going to be, to just sort of like memorize which screen goes where once you've done it enough times. So you know, because like the transitions. I also I wrote a guide. I try not to mention it too much, at most a few times a day. But if you go on the speedrun.com/select, there's a bunch of different resources there. Both BenTZ and Programmatic have made video guides which are both great resources for learning the game. As blackpear finishes up chapter 6, Msushi is finishing up 1,500. Yeah, sorry, finishing up 500 here. So he's a few minutes ahead at this point from blackpear. Yeah, I try and, only bring it up every once in a while. Sometimes I'll put my name on Discord of just like, hey, check out my guide or something like that. But it's not, every hour or something crazy like that. Just some hours. Right, and Msushi getting all of his hypers. And then that tricky little bunny hop to be able to get into the next screen properly. So we got a little sync in terms of one of them finishing 0 meters while the other get to see Madeline flying on both screens. As Sushi gets through this difficult section of 1500, these 2 long screens. And that's, is that faster, that long room there, like a faster cycle than a lot of people do? Because I don't think I've seen that before with just like how he does that. I wonder if that's new as, the Curse of the Animal striking for Msushi again, as he manages to get through top. Definitely did not save the 4 frames or whatever it is that Vlad said that going up top can save. As they both finish sections at right around the same time again. Oh, well, here is this issue from blackpear again on this room. We saw a little bit of a struggle last time. He's popping into it. And again. This time maybe? No? Okay, but this time. He gets it. No problem. As Sushi gets the... for anyone who doesn't know, we've decided to change the name of that skip. Everyone collectively as a community. Definitely not just me. To the auto-scroller skip, now being called Bounding Under the Terrain. We just, wanted to change the acronym a little bit and everything. Oh, Sushi. So Sushi got that corner boost 1 out of the 3 races. It's not terrible, because if you mess it up there, bonk your head a little bit, you don't die or anything. Those are nice. The strats where you can save a little bit of time, and it's not a ton. But if you mess it up, you barely lose any time too. So it's not very stressful to do. Okay, I think Sushi did not expect to get back into the bubble there. And so, because I sure wasn't expecting him to. But then he was. And he boosted himself back out of it. Any guide on how to do the spike wall jump in 5B? Was that the spike wall? Oh, just the spike wall jump is actually really easy. So just make sure you have 2 jump buttons. That goes for anyone speedrunning the game. It's very helpful to have 2 jump buttons. For any of the spike jumps, you just press and hold your first jump button for the first part of the first jump, and then to do the actual spike jump, you just press the second jump button and it buffers it. And then you just have to make sure that you're not holding left or right when you do the second one in 5B. It's just kind of like a neutral jump. So once you get your hands used to that, it becomes really easy. Assuming that I'm thinking of the correct spike jump. as Sushi entering 3,000 meters here. Ooh, nice. Blackpear has 2. Okay, is he going for trying to like get as many berries as he can here? I wonder. Because he's still got his 2. Well, that's the. We'll see if he tries to collect any more in this section. He definitely wasn't going to try and collect that rough one in that screen there. But let's see if he goes for the berry at the end here or anything. He's still got his 2. He's definitely trying to get them both at this point. I want to see if he goes for this third one. No, but that's okay. He still gets. It's not easy to get 2 berries to the end of that section. So that's well done from him. And we may or may not have interview. I'm not sure for these 2 people, as Msushi goes over that coin in flag 14, but manages to save it. Ooh, he had 3 berries in a previous race, right? Nice. If we do have interviews, feel free to type in any questions you might have for him, because I don't know what that. Ooh, I also like the name Berry Carry. That's a good one. Msushi entering the home stretch while Blackpear is completing door skip successfully right there. And Blackpear manages to, I'm not going to jinx anything, get through 2,500 no problem, as Msushi's up here on flag 3. Just about ready to take it and take this 3-0 victory over Blackpear. As he takes the crucial flag 1 death right here. Manages to zoom right above the spikes now. And finishes with a time of, well, never mind. Almost finished with a time of 29:28, but then didn't. Let's see. He manages to skip the cutscene successfully this time and finishes with the 29:38. So congratulations to him on the 3-0 victory. As we see Blackpear on last 15 or so flags here. All right, and it looks like we're gonna have Msushi. Hey, congratulations on your victory. How's it going?
Hi, Espel. It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. You know, you ended with the flag 1 death there.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
It does. It does. This is a good time for it to happen, I think. As opposed to, you know, grand finals, stage of pace, everybody's watching, that sort of thing. So, you know, you got it out of the way.
Right. It has to happen once. It's
right.
Just a rule.
Exactly. Yeah. You get it out of the way every once in a while. Then you're... So, how'd you feel about your races in general?
Well, I guess going into it, like, I felt confident enough to face blackpear, but I know he was a really good runner. And since we're at like the tail end of the season, I don't want anything surprising to slip in there. So I was a little bit concerned about the match, and especially because I haven't really been doing PB attempts for like a while. So I wouldn't say I'm quite rusty. I'm just not incredibly informed.
Right. Well, and I remember seeing your race against Chai yesterday, where the first one was definitely a little, and then the second race you really sort of kicked it into, another gear where you were doing pretty solidly and everything. But so you've been, I know you got into SGDQ for Half-Life, so you've been playing a lot of that recently.
Oh no, we threw that in. Me and Alex Howe, who I'm racing with him, we threw that in as the last minute submission. And I had other runs I actually wanted to get in. I did submit Celeste, but thankfully we'll be seeing the task spot there. That'll be cool. But yeah, I've been playing Portal as my free time, but I also need to do Half-Life 2, and I also really want to improve at Celeste. So there's a lot on my plate, but I'm looking forward to finishing out the league strong, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, and I guess I was a little surprised because I've seen you playing the Portal and Celeste recently, not so much. So for that one to get in, I was like, wait, which game is he playing at GDQ? But makes sense. So definitely excited to see that. And so you're going to be going into the playoffs here of the pace. I'm not sure. Do you know then it's set like who you're playing in the first round?
Yeah. So it's gonna be top 8, and that's gonna be online, and I'm gonna be facing Chai Kitty for that one. So we're gonna have a rematch.
Yeah, and that was one of the best races yesterday too. So that'll be exciting to watch. Have you guys set any time for that or anything? Or?
I mean, no, because the standings still have to be finalized, as with the skin.
Right.
But yeah, we're probably gonna schedule it soon. I'm really much looking forward to not only playing him, but like we're very close in PB, so just improving with him in general as the month goes on.
For sure. Yeah, and learning. I know he's got like some ridge strats he could learn from you. You've got like Archie maybe in the future.
The most important strat in the game.
Archie skipping flag 9, pivotal time save. So yeah, I think it's one of the nice things to see is people that are both really doing well and learning and growing with each other and stuff. So that's cool. And so in this race, as I'll just wrap things up, but I know that a couple of things that you were practicing after race 1 were like the gauntlet section of 5B, and then that one of those long rooms, I guess it's the triple ultra room in Summit. I think finally in the third race, you were able to get through the gauntlet seeker section with no issues, but it was definitely giving you a little bit of trouble. Is that something that's been like consistent for a while now, or that just sort of pop up today?
Yeah, for the past like probably week and a half of like attempts, I don't think I've gotten one run that's been within 10 seconds of my chapter 5 gold or 10 seconds within my chapter 7 gold. Like those splits have been struggles lately. I think in the last 2 days, just out of this series and my series with Chai yesterday, I just got my 2 best out of resort, and those are with like the checkpoint demo dash. So like I'm actually playing really well the early game, but specifically chapters 5 and chapter 7 are just really struggling right now. So
yeah, because you had, what was it, like a 741 or something out of
I had a very high 740 in that last match versus blackpear.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that, but that's quite an impressive time. But yeah, I don't really have any other questions or anything for you. I don't know if you have anything you'd like to say or.
I don't know.
Yeah.
GG blackpear.
Yeah.
Ooh, and we're not pressed for time right now, I can see, but really exciting. In about 25 minutes, we're gonna have the Super Mario 64 task contest.
Yeah, I was looking at that. So what exactly is that, if you don't mind telling me? Because I hadn't actually heard that.
I don't run Super Mario 64. All I know is that I'm excited to see some SM64 tasks.
Is it just like tasking of the full 70 star, or
I think they do their own like playground thing,
sections.
but you should not quote me. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and find out. So there's no reason to go anywhere, folks. You know.
No, two Super Mario 64 expert discussing it. Okay. Okay, it's a task, not a task. A task that people try and get the best time in. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So Troy's saying think like Super Mario Odyssey type of tasks, but with Super Mario 64. Yeah, no, that sounds like a lot of fun.
How about while me and Espel here go research about parallel universes and backwards long jumping, you guys can go take a break and get a snack, and we'll send you off to intermission. How does that sound?
That sounds like a great idea. There's actually a perfect amount of time to watch that full parallel universes video.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Or it starts. So that sounds good to me. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll send you off to intermission.